How's everybody doing? This is Richard King with GoldenTeeTV. I'm stepping in real quick to give you guys a little shoutcast for the Purple Bracket Final with Andy Fox and Justin Clark.
Are we gonna make it?
Just barely.
That's how we roll. We're not gonna make it, huh?
We're not gonna
Okay.
All right, you guys, welcome. Andy Fox. Yes, you heard me correct. Andy Fox in the purple bracket. Andy Fox may join an elite group of 7-0 purple bracket players that have always made the main and then found themselves in the purple on some cruel joke by the Golden Tee gods. But with Andy Fox, the cut was 126 and he missed it by one and some points. So tough break for him, but he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and that's bulldozing the purple. But he's got one more opponent to make it through, and he's already faced them tonight in the King of the Hill match, only beating Justin by one. Justin Clark from Orland Park, Kansas, found himself in the purple bracket final in 2012 in Dallas and taken that victory, in which it is his only victory with no other major titles, but with an impressive record of 38-28 overall, because he's no stranger to the main bracket either. So there is no reason why any of these individuals should be in the purple, but sometimes it happens. So thank you. Again, this is Richard King, GoldenTeeTV, and you are watching the Purple Bracket Final between Justin Clark and Andy Fox. So one of the tough things for especially Andy is he's got a whole nother tournament after this. He's got the Top Gun, the Player of the Year championship, where they take the 32 best finishers throughout the whole tour, Power Events Golden Tee Tour, and you play, and the winner will join Paul Luna at the World Championships. And if you haven't heard already, not sure where you've been, but the World Championships have been announced. It's going to be June 8th through the 10th at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in lovely Las Vegas. So Andy needs to stay focused, play his game, and get ready for the big event that starts right after this one. It might have worked to his advantage. Well, look at this. Justin Clark's taking this a little short and hits the fringe. That should be a chip that is no problem. He has a plus 27 handicap with Andy Fox's purple bracket murderous 29 handicap, so it's not like it is very lopsided. This is actually a good match. In their King of the Hill match, Justin fell just by one. So Andy, this is definitely no pushover match for Andy Fox. The chip there, not a problem. So that's the important thing too for Justin. I mean, I'm talking like Justin is a purple bracket player, but he's not. He's a seasoned main bracket veteran as well. So both of these individuals did what they should have done, even though this was an extremely tough field of 121 players. And sometimes during qualifiers, you get caught up with all the fun and the actions and the shots, or maybe you just have one bad round, like Andy Fox did. He shot a 22 on Ryland, and that just destroyed his qualifier. He missed it by 1 with a 22 under. Justin Clark actually finished above, no, just right under Andy Fox, and missing the cut by only 2 strokes. The cut was 126, and 126, although is very, very, very high, it's actually quite common for the end of the year, the Houston Classic, because of the competition and the talent that comes, that also is qualified for the top 32 that follows shortly after this. But as I was saying, this might have worked towards Andy's benefit, especially since he probably has been pretty focused, knowing that he slightly screwed up on Saturday during the qualifier as he didn't make the main, and might be in perfect position to make a run for this year's big tournament that Andrew Haas won last year. Speaking of Andy Haas, he the finals for the main bracket were right before this, and Andy had to compete once again against a King of the Hill, Paul Luna, in which Andy came on top, winning both matches, double dipping Luna. He's only done that one other time, and that was at the World Championships in 2016. And he as well is going to be preparing for the big event after this. Justin just needs to play his game. He's had Andy almost in the King of the Hill match, and as long as he doesn't fall behind and he puts some pressure on Andy, he might find himself in a position to do something, even though he has to win twice since Andy Fox is King of the Hill. He could put Andy in a position or catch him slipping up as he's getting ready for this next event. It's a big deal. This is a big deal for these guys. It's much more money. Plus, the winner gets that free entry into the Worlds, where one other player has qualified so far for it, winning the Tournament of Champions. Ooh, this is not good for Justin Clark. This is what I was talking about. You do not want to fall behind this early in the match, because Andy will just dissect you and tear you apart. But these are the type of chips that someone in this position can make, and just missing it. I thought for sure he nutted that one. Pretty quiet between these two opponents. I'm not sure how well they know each other. Looking through the stats, I don't see that they've played each other before. They might have back in 2013, but I would be wrong, I'm sure. Interesting. I was looking at the matches of Justin Clark. I've known him for a little bit, but didn't realize how long ago, or for how long he's been playing. He's been playing for a while. His first Power Events tournament was back in 2011. He does have 33 wins, 28 losses, in which 20 of those wins are in the purple bracket. He's got some interesting wins, though, I'll tell you that. In 2013, he beat Andy Haas 24-23 on Sequoia Grove. He also has a victory over Paul Luna, 25-24 on Grand Canyon in 2012. That was the year that he won. So he had to go through a Paul Luna even back then. He also has a win over Mouth in St. Louis in 2013. So right there, Justin is not a stranger to big-name players. He even has a big victory over Greg Kinsler in 2012 at this same event. So Justin Clark definitely has the tools, the experience to beat Andy. As I was saying before, there's only a few players that actually have the 7-0 purple bracket record and have been to more than one event. Paul Luna actually is 14-0 in the purple bracket. He's actually has the most wins he's the only individual with 2 purple bracket victories coming from a seasoned main event participant. Greg Kinsler at this exact tournament, shooting a 126 qualifier, missed the main 2 years ago, and he went 7-0. Jeff Harlow this year found himself in the purple bracket going 7-0 for the first time ever. In St. Louis. St. Louis also had an incredible field. And if I remember correctly, Jeff Harlow was qualifying next to me. It was not my fault, I swear. And had some issues. Actually, both of his qualifying individuals, I believe, didn't make the main either, and they're both seasoned main players. And I want to say it might have been a machine issue or something that they kept fighting through, and I think the frustration just got to him. And plus, with such a heavy hitting field, even though they all finished with, I believe, 28s on the last course, they did shoot some pretty ugly ones to find themselves in the purple. But Jeff Harlow did what he should have done, or what you would expect him to do, winning that one 7-0, or winning that one 7 wins. And I'm trying to look here. There's 2 other players that have gone to 7-0, but they've only played in one event, so they're kind of like one and done. And that was a few years ago. Scott Gillum, 7-0, and Shane Tolson, or Steve Tolson. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look at that. But he went 5-0, so there must have been a different format. Anyway, back to the match at hand. So here's something that I think Andy even knows that he shouldn't be going for, but he kind of has to, and he feels that he can make it. It is a 12 outside win, which sucks because that's not going to allow that ball to come all the way back unless you hit it just right. He's really thinking about this. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it. He's playing grabbers. If he was playing the streaks, I would say no problem. But with that 9.5, there's just, well, unfortunately, there he goes, and now he's going to fall a few under. See, with that shot right there, with that win, a 10.5 can make it if you crawl that top. What exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to crawl the top of that mountain and trickle down. And you can do it. You could do it with, Andy almost punishing him for that one. You can do it, and sometimes even if you do miss it, that puff, that dirt, the desert dirt, can hold you, but it's very inconsistent. But going in with a 9.5, I think just doesn't have enough loft for at least that setup. I don't blame Justin for going for that. This is the hole 13. This is one that I've seen some great players even water or put themselves in trouble where he can get a few strokes back. But looks like Andy is just starting to get dialed in. He's kind of going to be on cruise control here with the lead he has, unless pop up, be safe. Nope. So right there, I think Justin is starting to realize what has happened, and there is no way that he's going to be coming back from this by Andy Fox. In the meantime, the 2018 calendar has been updated. You can go to events.GoldenTeeTV and see the events calendar. It's got all tournaments, big and small. If you are a organizer or an individual that's hosting a tournament or knows some dates of tournaments around the country and they're not on that master calendar, go ahead and let me know. You could send an email or on the events page, it'll tell you how to contact us so you can be on that master calendar. So plan your dates, check it out. We have some interesting ones, like I said, June 8th to the 10th. The Orleans Golden Tee World Championship is going to be there in the main hall. A lot more information for that coming. One of the tournaments that is coming up in January is the Winter Classic and at Spanky Shenanigans. And this is quite interesting. This is the Leesburg, Virginia. Leesburg, Virginia tournament. And just earlier, we had a handicap event that was an unbelievable turnout of the Tilted Kilt in Fredericks, Virginia, I believe. Not sure. Getting some nodded heads. I was there. I should know. Where Paul Luna beat Todd Boyer in the final. But their big event is this January. You can see that on the master calendar as well. Oh, well, there's a stroke back. Looks like Andy came up a little short there. But I don't think it's going to give Justin Clark the strokes he needs to come back from this one. Well, if you haven't noticed already, especially through invites, with all the invites coming in, Rattlesnake Ridge from the old classic 4 days is out and about. So as you can see the dates there, December 1st it came out. It was kind of like a Freaky Friday sneak peek, which was an awesome setup. I loved it. And then now until the 31st, you can actually send invitations for Rattlesnake Ridge. And then January 1st, it will actually be available on all machines just to play, and it will be in the rotation. Almost nails it. So it's been really cool, some of the changes that Golden Tee has been doing, especially about adding 2 classic courses back. Not classic in the terms that we think of just being previous years, but actually from the classic 4 days. And if you haven't played them, make sure to get an invite. Send a free invite if you need to. Play it. It's actually really, really cool. And I think one of the big differences between the courses back then and here, besides what you might notice like some of the smaller greens and such, but I don't think they're more difficult by any means. But where the course becomes more difficult isn't in the course design itself, but in actually how the drops are done. So currently in the new course designs, if you water it, you may be dropped in a favorable location to where you can have another stab at it, or you might be dropped in the same place, but if you go OB again, they'll drop you somewhere extremely close just to kind of give you that little lift you need to close that hole out. Not back in the 4 days, no siree, especially with Rattlesnake Ridge. always putting you back where you last hit the ball. And I've had some great rounds on Rattlesnake Ridge, and then come to 16 or 17 and water it and get stuck in between those two rocks, and they just keep putting you back in the place, and I keep going after, I keep going for it. So I think the biggest difference there was or is the drops, and you are getting those drops on that course today. So be careful when you're attacking holes, because it could completely destroy a round. And I think that's the one thing that we're missing today. I think the drops are just too easy. Obviously, we all love them. We all love when we get that favorable drop. If something bad happens, we can just forget about it. But it doesn't eliminate anybody or give that opponent a chance. But there we go. We have our latest addition to the 7-0 Purple Bracket finalists. So congratulations to Andy Fox for winning the main event last year and the Purple Bracket this year. All screaming shots right now, but once again, thank you. This is Richard King. You are just watching the Purple Bracket final between Justin Clark and Andy Fox. Unfortunately, Justin Clark losing to Andy again after losing to him in the King of the Hill match. But taking second is no. Looks like we're getting word right now. Oh, you know what we have? Well, looks like we're going. We're about to set up. We're about to get ready and start this next event. So I will be back. Or likely we'll probably have Kevin Lindsay back after he finishes. But once again, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time. Shortly tonight, we will be showing live the Top Gun, or the Player of the Year finals, in which the champion will be presented a ticket to Worlds. So, this is Richard King, GoldenTeeTV. You are watching the Houston Holiday Classic Purple Bracket Final between Justin Clark and Andy Fox. Andy Fox wins comfortably, and we're going into the main event, the Top Gun. Winner goes Worlds. Till then, see you.